What's up guys, Maddie here from DCL Blogger. Thought I would make a video on the NFT Investor Checklist. NFT Investing 101. Kind of give a bit more of an NFT blueprint into investing and a little bit less, something more specific, right? So this is something that I personally apply to the NFT investments that I make. So thought I would go through a bit of a checklist. These aren't exactly everything, but these are just maybe 8 or so items that came to my mind that you can use to make sure you're kind of investing in a good NFT, in a good NFT. Now, not investment advice, not financial advice. This is just, again, a checklist that I use for myself, to myself. The first one, okay, so NFTs are a way to connect with the creator. So the first thing on the first item on the checklist is the creator or the brand or the founding team, right? Who are these people? Are they an anonymous person that has no issue with running away with the funds after they raise money, right? The more anonymous an individual or a personality is, the less skin in the game they have, in the sense of the less they have to lose if things go sour or if things do even really well, and they're just like, I can just disappear today and never really do anything for this project and not be found with the millions of dollars. So although there's a lot of anonymous people that have done extremely valuable work for the NFT space, personally, I hesitate a few times in investing in anon projects. So the founding team, who are they? Are they a creator that you trust? Gary Vee put out NFTs. He's put his whole reputation and brand on the line and online. Is he going to run away with your funds? Probably not. Is he going to destroy his career over a few $1 million raised? Probably not, considering he's gone on to run a bunch of different companies. His trust in him is his brand, right? And so, like, you're investing in him. So his NFTs, whether it be a squiggle or a cartoon picture or a something really basic, has value, and you're kind of trusting him to bring that value. So who is the creator again? Is it a founding team who built this game project? Maybe they're behind Warcraft. Maybe they're a personality who built RuneScape or something. Maybe they're a trusted brand or a company that have gone on to do big things. And again, right, you're buying an NFT from their project. You have trust in them delivering that project. So the founding team, the personality, brand, whatever you may call it. Number 2, do you like it? Do you like it, or are you just buying it because everyone says it's good? The more people there are in that community of that particular investment group that are just in it because everyone else are in it, are probably gonna leave once people start to leave, right? If people are in it because they enjoy it, they like the anime style, they like the gameplay, they like the community, they like collecting that specific item or that set, that NFT set, then regardless of who stays or goes, they'll stay there because they truly enjoy it. So if you find yourself in a place where you are kind of enjoying yourself and others are truly enjoying yourself, and I'm not talking about just talking to them because discussions die down. I'm talking about collecting gameplay or whatever it is that the project has to offer, right? So if that's what I'm talking about. Like if you enjoy that part of it, then you're onto something special. The early Punk collectors, the early Axie Infinity game players, the early NBA Top Shot collectors, like all of these people truly enjoyed what they did before that blew up, right? Sales history. So does that project have historical data that supports sales happening on a consistent basis? So for example, is that project brand new, and most of them are, or does it have like 2-year, 3-year long history of consistent selling of that NFTs, which basically means that these new eyeballs that are coming in to view that NFT project are, even though there's all this hype in the air, they're still, for whatever reason, finding value in that specific project. This is something you don't see very often with the avatar projects, where they go on and sell out, but later on they just die down because, well, there's something new that catches someone's attention, unless the project, the team, the founder goes on to build value for that project, right? So that's what I mean. With Decentraland's a really good example. For 3 years straight, for 4 years straight, people have continued to buy land for the tune of between $200,000 to $500,000 a week spending on digital land. So that gives you an indication that that's got some legs. I mean, for 3 to 4 years straight, that's just consistently made sales. So why wouldn't yours? Like, it gives me confidence in buying land, knowing that I can sell it if I need to. That volume and interest isn't going to just dry up all of a sudden, right? Life cycle. So where is this project in its life cycle? The earlier you are, the more risk you are taking. New projects are enticing and exciting, and you're spending money, and there's probably the most riskiest time to invest in an NFT project, no matter how good it is. Less riskier is probably 1 year down the line. Yes, project prices are a bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, if that project has 1 year, 2 year history of continuing to perform, then you're probably on something good, right? And you're entering at a less risky time of the life cycle of the project. Also, are you kind of buying it at the peak, in the sense of, is there so much FOMO and energy in the air that people are just throwing money at this project? If that's the case, then maybe you're buying at the hype of the cycle. Maybe you need to wait a little bit till it goes down. Or maybe what you can do is what I do sometimes. If, say, I have $10,000 to invest, I'll invest $3,000. Maybe it'll go down a little bit more, then I'll invest another $3,000. Maybe it'll go up, and I'll be like, all right, well, I didn't get to invest the full 10,000, but at least I got $6,000 worth of investment at a good price, instead of putting that whole 10,000 as soon as I find that project. So kind of laddering your way in or laddering your way out based on the risk and the life cycle of the project. Category. Which category is it? Is it art? Is it gaming? Is it collectible? Is it virtual land? These all have separate parameters and indicators that define price. For example, virtual land, your land could get expensive because Atari just built something next to you, right? Holy shit. I mean, you could get lucky, and that's what could happen. Now, collectibles. What about is the collectible category, is it a fixed supply that's getting people to buy certain collectibles because they're just fun to collect, and because it's a fixed supply, over time the price will go up, and that's exactly what's happening with CryptoPunks, right? Is it art, where you have to trust the artist, you have to trust their supply and demand, you have to trust that they're going to go on and do things in the art space, and that's how art, I guess, seems to have value. Obviously, historical context is one of them as well. Is it a game? So, for example, the early axes that you could have bought, the origin axes, the mystic axes, you could have bought in the real early days. As the gameplay got really good, those early items got really scarce. So, is it the game? Is it the gameplay? There's all these certain first you got to categorize it, and then you have to, I guess, break it down based on that categorization on the type of NFT investment it's going to be. Supply. All right, so what about supply? If there's 1 billion NFTs selling for $1 each, probably not going to be very scarce, because that means $1 billion worth of of money that needs to come in to buy that NFTs. The more scarce something is and the more in demand it is, the more the higher the prices will go. So, for example, CryptoPunks, again, a really good example. There's only 10,000 of them. They kind of are a great example of scarcity on different levels. So, for example, the alien punks, there's only 9 of them, I believe, and therefore they're going for like what, $10-20 million plus. A zombie punk just sold like a few days ago, and that sold for, I believe, 6.6 million USD. There's only like 85 or 88 zombie punks in the whole 10,000. So this scarcity is what creates value. What is the supply of what you're investing in? Is it unlimited? Is it something really, really high? Is there not enough interest to buy out that supply? Is there enough interest that will buy out that supply in time? Is what the project going to do in the future going to bring interest to that NFT project? And based on the supply, will it go up? So supply and demand, definitely a big thing to check out, especially supply. Community, right? Community, how are the people within the game? Are they people that have what do you call it? Like, are they passionate people? Are they people that are going to go on to make Twitch streams, that will go on to tell the story of what this project is? Will they play the game? Will they contribute in terms of a dev? Will they make a stats site? A lot of these projects got really good is because the community went on to build tools and apps to help that project. For example, with CryptoPunks again, or even let's just say Decentraland. People went on to make, obviously, Decentraland content. I was part of the very early Decentraland community. I was making blog posts and pushing the story of what Decentraland is, bringing to light what was going on there. I was bringing partnerships with Decentraland. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to bet on myself. So I'm going to invest in something and bring everything that I can to this project. So that was me going into Decentraland thinking that way. Is there others thinking that way? The more of those people that are thinking that way, that feel that they are part of the founding team, the better, right? So the power of the community, who is there, who is doing what, and who's committed to things in that project and in that community. Lastly is just funding. So, for example, based on the ambitiousness of the project, can they deliver? And delivery also is got to do with the funding as well. So can they, you know, it's not cheap to, as soon as a project does really well, they have to hire a team. They have to get legal involved if need be, to protect their IP and all that sort of stuff. They need to get maybe some dev work. Devs are not cheap. The Solidity devs, they're quite in demand in the blockchain world right now. So like all this needs capital. The Discord admins, Discord, whatever they're building out, can they do it if they didn't get any more money at this stage? So funding is really important, and there's a lot of indie devs that go on to make great products. The only reason I say funding is because in the early days, in 2018 as well, there was many projects that threw in the towel and stopped continuing because they were not funded enough. They even paused development for a very long time, for years, because there was just no money coming in. So that's why funding is important based on my experience looking at that. It is important to just kind of see, well, how are they going to keep making money? Are they going to go and do a funding round? Are they going to generate it through the secondary market? Are people actually buying the NFTs? If people stop buying the NFTs, are they still able to build out their product, etc., etc.? So just a few thoughts, guys. A bit of a checklist, maybe like 8 points I covered. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with NFT investing. It's a beautiful place. Take your time. You probably won't get it right straight away, but you probably will get better at it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, when you've made many mistakes under your belt and many successes. So have fun, stay healthy, and I'll chat to you in another video.